Hello, world, and I'm glad you tuned in. This is Talkin Live, and this is a day I'm really mad.
Now, let's get ready. You are Talkin Live with Lamar Bearden.
All right, let's get started here because I don't want this to go on for an hour, but I got plenty to say for an hour. Like I'm against the insurance companies today. They jacked up my insurance because I got hit by lightning. My house did. Well, not my house, one of my rental houses. And they jacked it up, and then I have a flood insurance. They jacked that up $200. They ain't even had a flood. I mean, it's, I had never seen so many crooks in my life in this day and time. And I'll tell you what, Donald Trump, you don't get on these insurance companies, you need to fail because they're the biggest criminals they are around. Hey, if they want to advertise with us, you can advertise. But I won't change my story, because you take advantage of people that cannot afford to pay. But anyway, I was watching some of these clips by Adam Schiff, and then they was grilling the Attorney General. I mean, this Congress mentioned, you didn't answer this, you didn't answer that, you didn't answer this. They're asking her questions. She's trying to get a word in edgewise, and he keeps bringing up them questions. And she didn't get a chance to say, well, you didn't answer this. You didn't answer that. You Democrats don't never answer nothing. Why should I? We can ask you a question. Oh, you cover it with some bull crap. And then you want me to answer everything? You don't need to know anything. Because you're so dumb, you'll turn it around and twist it around something else. Now, I ain't talking about all Democrats. I'm talking about the ones in Washington, D.C. that has shut your food down. Donald Trump, why don't you cut off their check as long as you got to cut it? You got the country shut down. People losing their jobs or maybe because they don't show up. You got to bend a little for your country every once in a while. You got to go to work. Just because you got paid and they was invading America, would you not defend America? Is that the way you are? I understand it's hard to make it today. This life is a hard way of living today like I have never seen before in my life. But this thought comes to me. I hear Crockett. I hear a lot of the African American senators, congresswomen, congressmen, and they're talking about Gestapo and all this stuff, and they're downplaying Donald Trump. They're talking about Donald Trump trying to get rid of the criminals in Chicago. Oh, that's this Gestapo. And they're talking about Washington, D.C., The people that live in those cities, the majority of them, if they got a brain in their head, they should be happy. And so Crockett, you're always talking about white supremacists. If there's all that many white supremacists, you wouldn't be in office. But you know why you're in office? A lot of, AOC, all these different, the squad, the reason they're in office is because of the race, their color. They got elected because of the race and color. And you know why the Democrats help you get elected? Because you're puppets on the string. They want your race to vote for them. You are. You're puppets on a string. And you ain't got sense enough to see it. Now, the Republicans, I've asked some of them to be my guests. I ain't heard back from them. And I ain't lost no sleep because I got turned down. But I never come back to me. Because you're another one of those that pick who you work with. You don't come to, you got to be on the world news. Well, I got news for you. We're on the world news. If you just go to our website, we're on the world news. We're on Tennessee news. We're on Chattanooga news. We're on North Georgia news. We're going to get on a lot more places too. And since all you people, that's all you can talk about at Crockett is racism. All of you up there. You talk about racism. Well, does a white person help you get in office? Calling us, because we're white, we're supreme. We're part of the Ku Klux Klan. Basically is what they're saying. Well, I got news for you. If you look back in history, you'll find the Democrats was the Ku Klux Klan. If you look back in history, you'll find that the Republicans freed your slavery. It ain't white or black or whatever. It's a spirit in you. It's not so much as color. You got an evil spirit. You got a hate in your heart, and you use it to cover your sorry puppet ways. Do you think that these people in Congress that are white, I'm talking about the Democratic Party, I ain't saying they ain't Republicans, kind of racist, but I want you to know this. The only way that they're protecting the immigrants is because of their vote. They don't give a crap if they're morphidites. They don't care if they're mermaids or whatever they are, what color they are, where they come from, Mars. They don't care as long as you get your vote. That's all they want. They're using the race, different race of people to agitate you and people that don't have an understanding to look around them. They're using you. They're using the white people. And if you want to call, say anything about a supremacist, Biden, he was a white supremacist at one time. He was. There's a lot of Democrats that hate black people, despise them, and the government. But you know what? They get you in the office. I'm not saying a lot of you ain't qualified. Crockett, she ain't qualified. AOC, they're not qualified. They're not qualified because they're agitators. They're more puppets that start trouble for the Democratic Party. All of life history shows how the different race of people, there was a white man, but there's a lot of course, that made slaves out of whites made slaves out of whites too. The Irish was brought over here as slaves. The Indians were made slaves. I mean, so you ain't got no race to run when it comes to that. You ain't the only one's been slaves. And I love black people. I've met the sweetest people that are black. But it's not your color. It's that evil hate in you that I despise. I despise to hear Crockett talk about how that the black people has been done this way and that way. I agree on some ways. But she used it as a political testimony against whites because she hates them. She's got a ghetto in her, too. You ever know? That ghetto boy. Oh, yeah. You know, I can get into it if I want to think about it. I have friends in the ghetto. Had friends in the ghetto. I know how the slang is. And she tries to be like ghetto. Then she tries to be sophisticated. And then she tries to be someone that thinks she knows everything about Congress. And then you talk about the FBI. I mean, Nadler and all of them, they're questioning our FBI director. They're questioning him, and they're trying to beat him down and Schumer and all of them. They want to make out like he was a big crook. What did you have? You had, under Biden, you had homes being raided because they got in front of a murdering, killing organization and protested and prayed. And you, Biden, had the FBI raid them. And all Blinken and all you other sorry pieces of crap. You raided people because of their belief. And then you people like Crockett and all these, Schumer and all these will talk about how that, the Republicans they're the biggest crooks and all. And that's all y'all ever been is a bunch of crooks. Like I said, you use different races for puppets. You let all them immigrants come in this country because you're a user. You ain't care about them. Now you're trying to take the money from old people, young people, and take it away from them and give it people that worked all their life here in this country. Now, Trump, I don't like the idea you're going to put in the retirement age at 67 either. Are you hoping they'll die before then? I think everybody ought to get their retirement when they want to retire. If they pay it in. But, you want to hold it and hope everybody dies. So I put that on Trump. I despise hypocrites play like they're going to care. They don't. Where's Trump or where's Biden or it's anybody. But the Democratic Party is the worst bunch of people I've ever seen in my lifetime. And then you'll talk about, you're taking away the money from the transgenders. You're taking away the money from the immigrants. You're taking away the money from ballet dancing. All you got to do as a ballet dancer is skip up and run around on your tiptoe, on your toes. What does it take? And throw your arms out. I mean, can't you just look at it? That's the way I used to learn to dance. I watch everybody dance. I could dance like them. Russian. It's true. I watched everybody dancing. I know how to dance like them. Now, if I dance now, I fall apart. If I dance like them. I love Palestinian dances. I watch Palestinian dances. I love the way they dance. I love their music. I like the Israeli music and their dance. I like a lot of cultures' dance. And the way their music is played. Some of it's soothing, some of it's motivating. But most of all, I love gospel music. I love Spanish music. I got Chinese friends. I love their music. Vietnam, all of them. They got great music. But the people that come to this country has that wicked, evil spirit in them, And I'm thinking right now, I've never heard nobody say nothing about Tennessee and that ammunition plant explode. I have never heard them say no. They know some terrorists probably blowed that sucker up. They don't talk about it. I mean, they talked about it when it first happened, but they don't talk about it. I believe a terrorist got in there and blew that manufacturing plant up. I really do. I have no proof. But, you can assume anything you want to. But I'll tell you one thing. Anything you think can't happen can happen. So, we got Schumer and Nadler and what's Watermelon's head's name? I keep forgetting. Schiff. Adam Schiff. He's shifting every way he can to try to destroy Donald Trump again. And I mean, he was questioning our FBI director about, all these things, and he covered himself. He was talking about all these things about how that our FBI director was so crooked and so dishonest and all this stuff. This Adam Schiff watermelon head. That's what Trump called it. Anyway, he's trying to cover everything he could think of, but he was talking about the Democratic Party as was guilty of all the things that he was questioning our director of the FBI. Guilty himself. Guilty. Adam Schiff is a sorry politician. I got all kind of proof of Russian talk and affiliates that Donald Trump worked with. I got all the proof. Never had a bit of proof. Wasn't nothing but a liar. Still a liar. His head's got bigger. That's the only thing different about him. That watermelon head looks bigger to me. He might be swell. His face looks like he's swell. But that's what Trump called him. Yeah, we can name all the people. Different names. I got a niece still called me Weasel. A long time ago, I was like a weasel, and she still called me Weasel. She don't call me Uncle Lamar or Uncle Doyle. She called me Weasel. Because I was kind of a weasel bucket. But anyway, everybody's got, someone's got, I call my grandchildren varmints. It's just a thing that I call them because I love them. And I nickname them that. They're the sweetest babies in the world. And those babies are going to grow up. They're little girls and they're going to grow up. And I got some grandsons, great-grandsons. He's one of them named Denver. He's about 2. And then I got another, and he's about 12, 13. And they got to grow up in this screwed up bunch of idiots telling, if I knowed or I heard anybody telling my granddaughter she was a boy, I would sue till hell froze over any education system. I would. I mean, you get sued because you want to clean up a city. Donald Trump gets sued because he wants to do something. Judges, they want to, hinder him from doing his job. I mean, there's that Crockett, he's a supremacist, white supremacist. You know our president's a white supremacist. I guess maybe Obama was a Black Panther. Was he? Maybe he was a Black Panther. I know he was his religion, which it don't matter about his religion. It matters about what you try to push on American people. It matters when you get up there and you have a office in Congress, in the Senate, or in the White House, when you get up there and try to divide the country by telling people they're white supremacists because you're black. Maybe you are part of the Black Panther. Maybe you are a cult yourself. We got Muslims, we got everything in the world in our system. If they're born here, that's different. If their look as what was best for our country, that's fine. But when they say one word about communism, socialism, which they should have never got in there to start with, if we know someone leans toward communism, socialism, domination of any kind, they don't they shouldn't be able to run. Because do you remember our founding fathers? They was trying to keep this country free. And then you people today, you want to put some communist socialists in our government to destroy our freedom. I mean, you voters do. I mean, you done this intentionally. I think I'll have to do a show about insurance later. But I'm not nobody but what I am today, not what I used to be. And if we got a president that got voted in twice, he was black. Remember Obama? Y'all remember Obama? He was black. And he got voted in twice. He's the one that started all this bull crap we have in America. He helped start it. Then he had another idiot. He had the idiot Biden as vice president. And he can make deals overseas and make money for his family and all that stuff. And then you Democrats, you talk about Donald Trump. Now, I heard that Marjorie Taylor Greene is siding with the Democrats. I might not agree with Donald Trump at some things, but I'm not going to turn on him because I didn't like one or two things he done. So Marjorie Greene, if you side with the Democrats, that makes you a part of their evil ways, don't it? When you side with the Democrats, murdering babies, having fags running all over the place, it's okay to change a baby into to a little kid, talk them into being a boy, a little girl into being a boy, and vice versa. And if you go to that party, you're just as guilty as the one that took that tongs and reached up at a woman and pulled that baby's body apart in pieces. You're just as guilty, Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you go over to her. I respected you until you said that. You said the wrong thing, and if you're running for office again, forget about it. Talking like that can cost you an election. Now, you might turn Democrat. If you'll turn the way they are, you might have a bunch of idiots around you that vote for you. I know a Democrat voted for you, said you're good looking. That's why he voted for you. But I can tell you right now, our government has more corruption than the mafia does. And these gangs that are all around here, the Democrats, they back them. They backed up. Oh, you can't blow up them those. Let's see if let's see if our Constitution allows that. Let's see if our Constitution allows to let everybody in the world come over here and we keep them up. Our Constitution was being meant and means for us to be took care of. That's what it was all about. It wasn't about racism. It wasn't about none of that stuff that you holler. White supremacists. Well, you puppets. Watch your string one day that might break. And you'll fall into the fact that you are a puppet. Bye.
In a world where every dollar counts, why pay full price when you can get more for less at Surplus Products for You? We connect buyers with a wide range of consumer goods and commercial surplus inventory. Whether you're looking for discounted electronics, office supplies, home goods, hosiery, or industrial equipment, our platform offers a diverse selection at competitive prices. Our user-friendly website makes it easy to find what you need, secure your payments, and get shipping straight to your door. We ensure a seamless shopping experience. New products are added daily, so there's always something new to discover. You can shop with confidence knowing you're getting value for your money. Join us at surplusproductsforyou.com and explore a world of surplus treasures today.
The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin Live Show presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin Live TV broadcast studio, EPB Fiber Optics, or by this network or its management.